Hi everyone. In this video I'm going to just go through some basics of what you need to start double edge shaving, or DE shaving as it's known, going back to the old way. You don't need expensive equipment really. I mean, if you want to find out really if you enjoy this way of shaving, and many people do enjoy this way of shaving, but the big attraction for a lot of people these days is how much money you save rather than using the old cartridge razors and the disposables. Plus you get a better shave. So the first thing you would need is a standard razor, double edge razor, and this one is a Wilkinson Sword Classic. It's a two-piece razor, and by that is you unscrew the bottom, and that's called the head. You put the blade onto there. There's no settings on it, it shaves just as it is. It's a mild razor, so you'd put your blade on top of here and then place it back and screw it together, and that's it. It's a good razor, and a good tip is to keep this clean during your shave, either by rinsing it in water as you're shaving, or rinsing it under the tap. So that's one, that's a razor. You'll need a brush, and this is a standard brush again, Wilkinson Sword brush. I think these are about £5 to £7 in the UK, and good enough. And the more you use this, the softer it gets, really. And a mixing bowl. Now this, you don't have to go out and buy expensive mixing bowls. You can buy Steve Farragher from the Big Shave on Facebook. He sells scuttles, shaving scuttles, which you fill with hot water like a teapot, and where the spout is you fill with hot water, keeps the lather warm. But to start off, have a look at home, an old bowl, you know, this fits in my hand nicely, and I use this most days. And you want that in order to put your shaving cream or your shaving soap into. I always add water to my brush, and then I start mixing, and you add water as you go along, depending how thick or watery you want it really. So that means you've got your razor, you've got your brush, you've got your bowl, and soaps. So that'll be the next thing. So you can buy all sorts of soaps. This is a shaving cream, Barbus, Arco shaving cream, a very popular one and easily got at in Britain is the Real Shave Company RS shaving cream, and they also do a shaving balm. Boots the Chemist do their own shaving soap, shaving stick, and you can either, these come, you take this off and that would be the soap. You can either take a piece off and put it in your bowl, lather that way, or you can wet your brush and lather off the soap. It's up to you. Palm Olive, another very easily got at shaving soap, very old-fashioned one. Arco do a shaving soap. So these are the solids, and these take longer to lather up because they are a soap, but the creams are much easier to lather up. Blades, you can get all sorts of blades. Wilkinson Sword again, do a classic blade. Maybe that's a good all-rounder for me. Persona is another make, good blade. Feather, quite a well-known blade, very sharp blade. But if you're starting out, I would say something like the Wilkinson Sword. after you shave, if you watch any of my videos, you'll see I use a 3-pass system, which is firstly, I shave the way the growth grows, in the direction it grows, and it's a good idea to map your face to see which way your beard grows, because sometimes you can get a section where it grows in all directions, and that can cause a bit of irritation sometimes. So you just need to see where that is and be as careful as you can, you know, shaving. Go with the growth first, relather, go across the growth, relather again and go against the growth, and just feel for any little bits you may have missed, which is very doubtful really if you follow that system. And then, you know, just rinse off. If you've got sensitive skin, the next stage for me would be, after the shave, was rinse my face, and then I would add a cologne. Now a lot of people think, well, add a cologne, because I add a moisturising cream after the cologne. Now this is a high alcohol content cologne called Arco. You can use anything really. I add that, it's got a high alcohol content which closes all the pores of the skin after the shave. Then I add a moisturising cream. Now as I say, the real shaving company do one. Arco have a classic moisturising cream. This is very good, it's thick, it needs working into the skin, and it contains beeswax. Nivea Soft, that's another one. A good cream you can use on your face, your hands, anywhere. And what I was going to say is, after you've applied the cologne after the shave, you would then apply the cream, and that would keep your face moisturised and protected. If you suffer from sensitive skin, and a lot of men, including myself, suffer from a neck area and moustache area for me as well, or it used to be. If you suffer from ingrowing hair, you avoid the last pass, which is against the growth, because that can cause people who've got ingrowing hair, if they shave against the growth, it can make it worse sometimes. Very rare, but it can happen. So you need to be careful of that. So then you would just do a two-way, you know, with the growth and across the growth shave, if that's the case. If you've got sensitive skin, which feels as if it's burning, or you get a rash, you avoid the alcohol or the cologne. After the shave, you would rinse with cold water only, and then add the moisturising cream. Maybe a moisturising cream for sensitive skin. And that's basically it really. You can, little things like alum block, A-L-U-M, and all you do is put that under the water. If you cut yourself or nick yourself, I tend not to use this unless it's a bad cut or something like that. If you have any nicks or cuts, this is looks like a stone. It's like looks like a bit of marble actually, but you put that under the water, and then you would rub it over the area which is cut or nicked. Now, be warned, it will sting, but it does work, and it stops any irritation, or stops the bleeding, I should say, sorry. So that's it. So the basics you need for starting to de-shave, and the reason I'm doing this video is because I get a lot of people asking me what I use, or what would I suggest, or what, you know. So a basic double-edged razor, a pack of blades, Wilkinson sword in this case, a mixing bowl for your soap or shaving cream, standard brush, obviously the shaving creams or shaving soap, a cologne if you want to use cologne after the shave, and then a moisturising cream at the end. That's quite important, I think. And that's basically it really for a standard to start off shaving. You can add then, if you enjoy this way of shaving, you can upgrade your razor, your brush, your bowl, you can do whatever you want. But I would say don't spend a lot of money to start off. You know, see how you get on, see if you like it, and most people will. You know, it's a good way of shaving really. Another thing is, I get asked a lot, is how long does a blade last? Well, it depends what razor you put the blade in, and it depends how you use it, how coarse your beard is, how often you shave. It can be numerous things. So a blade, I would say, generally, approximately, will last you between 3 and 5 shaves, depending if you keep the razor clean. After your 3 to 5 shaves, people ask me, what do you do with your old blades? Well, I've got an old coffee jar upstairs, and I put all my old blades in there. But recently, I went to KFC, and I had a Crush'em, which is like a strawberry milkshake with little bits of biscuit in, and it came in this, and it's got a hole in the end there, and it's just plastic. And what I'll do is I'll leave this in the bathroom, and any old blades, I'll put them straight into there. When this fills up, I'll put them in my coffee jar. To give you an idea, my coffee jar takes about 2 years to fill. And then how do you dispose of them? Well, I'm lucky enough I can take them to a local hospital which has a Sharps disposable unit, and they dispose of syringes, needles, and all sorts of scalpels and things like that, whatever, in the proper manner. You mustn't ever throw razor blades in the normal bin, garbage, whatever, because I don't know about anywhere else, but in the UK, if any broken glass is disposed of in a normal bin, or it used to be when we used to have rubbish sacks or garbage sacks, if anybody was caught with razor blades, any sort of blade, knives or broken glass, and then the chap collecting the bins, or lady, cut themselves, you could be prosecuted. So, but these are very important, the blades, to dispose of them correctly. So if you haven't officially, you should go onto your computer and look for a website for a Sharps disposal place, office or whatever, and they'll normally have some area or some place in your area you can go. If not, you can buy a Sharps disposable container, which is normally like a yellow or whatever little container thing, lockable, and you put all your blades in there, and then you would post them off to the relevant place really. But yeah, you know, never dispose of them in the normal bin. And that's what I do. So that way, it's a good way of looking after the environment as well, because if you look after your razor, it'll last you for years. The blades can be recycled by sending them off to be disposed of correctly. Your brush will last you for many years, and so will your bowl. And you know, it's a good way of doing this. It's good for the environment as well, if you're that way minded as well, if you worry about that sort of stuff, which I think we all, you know, we do now more so than we ever have. So hopefully this will give you a good idea of the basics to start off. If you want to know how to shave, or the way I do it, just have a look on my channel at any other videos. I use different razors, blades, soaps, shaving creams, colognes, and creams really, moisturising creams. So that's it. So that's the basics of what you need to start DE shaving. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.